So let us start with today's topic, economic growth and economic development differences. Let me tell you a couple of things before starting ahead with the explanation. The students who have not seen or understood the meaning of economic growth and economic development, they can go back to my channel and refer the videos which I have separately made. Two separate videos, one on economic growth and one on economic development. I have separately prepared it. To understand this answer, I would request you all to please go and see that videos once, have a clear cut understanding of the topic, then you can come and see this answer here. The next thing I would like to tell all my students is that in Telangana Intermediate Board of Education, this differences between economic growth and economic development is a very important 10 marks answer question. So you just have to be very perfect in this answer in order to get 10 marks in your final exams. So let us start without wasting much time. Here are the differences given between economic growth and economic development. Coming to the concept of economic growth, it's a narrow concept. And when you come to the concept of economic development, it is a broad concept. Because when you actually see the area which it actually covers, it is only the single dimensional approach it actually follows, economic growth. So that is the reason why its area is very narrow. Now, when you talk about the economic development, it follows the multi-dimensional approach or the multi-dimensional phenomenon it is called as economic development when you actually come to. Now, coming to the scope of economic development, increase in the indicators like GDP, gross domestic product, per capita income, etc. Now, when you talk about scope, that means what are the areas on which, if you actually focus, you can understand the concept of economic growth. Now, in order to understand the concept of economic growth, you should have the understanding of GDP first, and also how there is an increase in GDP that is taking place. If there is more amount of GDP, then you can clear cut say that uh, the country is having enough amount of national output, then selling which they have got enough amount of income within themselves, and because of which they are leading to the concept of economic growth it is. And when you talk about the per capita income of those people who are living in those countries that follow the economic growth, that is the developed nations, you can call it, you find that the per capita income of those people will be very high compared to those of the developing countries. Now, as you see the scope of economic development, improvement in life expectancy rate, infant mortality rate, literacy rate, and poverty rates. Now, if you want to see the scope of economic development, if you want to see whether the economic development is being followed or not, you should always see that there should be an improvement in life expectancy rate. That means the duration for which a human being lives, that has to be more, because the more um, life expectancy of a person is, the more amount of contribution he can make it a positive contribution for the development of the nation. Next is infant mortality rate. There should be a less number of infants death, because the less number of deaths will give you a clear cut understanding that a country is actually developing in terms of technology. Next, literacy rate and poverty rates. Now, literacy rate is nothing but the number of people or the percentage of people of being educated in country. Now, the percentage of literates of men as well as women both should increase. But in the developing country like India, when you actually see the percentage of educated men is increasing, but when you actually see even today, there are certain districts, there are certain states where female education is um, not being actually given consideration. They are actually cornered. They are not given opportunity opportunity to come forward. So that is literacy rate should improve. And next is poverty rates. The poverty rates where all the people should get 3 times food a day and all the essential things which actually requires for their basic living of life, basic amenities of life should be provided to all. If these things are improving slowly, if they are uh, increasing slowly, if these facilities are being provided to everyone in a considerable way, then you can say that that particular country is following the path of economic development. Now, when you come to the term for what duration this process actually exists, economic growth is a short term process, and when you come to the economic development, it is a long term process, because economic growth only deals with one aspect, that is increasing in national output by making use of all the factors of production that are available in the country. Now, to only focus on how to improve the national income, it's only a one job, it's only a one target in the mindset. Now, when you talk about economic development, it not only talks about increasing the national income or the GNI or the GDP of a particular nation, it actually also talks about the social, cultural, and institutional development within the nation. So, apart from the national income, it also talks about how the country should progress in social platform, how it should also develop in terms of economic platform, and how it should also go in terms of institutional platforms. So overall development, the concept of economic development actually aims at. So that's the reason why it's a long term process for a duration of 20 to 25 years or 30 years, it may be. Because since it is a long term process, it cannot be achieved within a short duration of 1 year. So that's why it's considered as a long term process. Coming to the focus, economic growth primarily explains about quantitative changes in the economy. So it only deals with quantitative changes. When you see the meaning of economic growth, it clearly says that it is nothing but increase in the national output of a country. So when you're actually talking about national output of a country, then you're actually considering a quantity, what is the number of goods you have actually produced. So it is as simple as that. The more number of goods you produce it, the more amount of income you get it in the form of GNI into the economy. That is the national income. You can call it in other way. When you talk about economic development, it explains quantitative as well as qualitative changes in the economy. So when you talk about economic development, it not only considers only the national income or the gross national income or GDP, what is actually coming into the country, but apart from that, what are the other things on which the country is actually focusing on? Whether they are focusing on the poverty rate, whether they are focusing on the literacy rate, are there any changes in it? Is there any increment or increase have been noticed into it? All these things will be noted by economic development. That is why it is a multi-dimensional approach, or you can say that it deals with both the things, quantitative and qualitative changes in the economy. Next, this concept of economic growth is actually applicable to developed economies, because developed economies doesn't have to actually focus on the literacy part of the country, the literacy rate of the people. It doesn't actually have to focus on the improvement in infrastructure. They also don't have to actually focus on the employment problem of the people, because all are educated there and the government is very sound there. Hardly any people actually remain unemployed there. And apart from that, the most important thing you should actually note here is that the developed in economies will also give equal opportunities for the people to give the opinions. So that all makes a developed economies following the concept of economic growth. When you actually talk about developing economies have to focus on the concept of economic development. It is applicable to economic development. The reason behind that is developing economies or the developing developing countries, when you actually consider here, economic development is the concept they actually have to focus, because they don't only have to bother about the national income, what is they actually receiving at the end of the year, but also have to think about the socio-cultural and institutional changes that has to be taken place in the country. Because even if you only get the national income in the economy, that doesn't say that the country is actually progressing. You also have to change the infrastructure of the country. You also have to develop in terms of all the service sector which are vital for the development of the nation. So that's how it is actually applicable in developing economies. The concept of economic development and the concept of economic growth is applicable only in developed economies, because all are developed here. All the other things, when I'm talking about it. Now, when you talk about the other things, the type of process it is, what type of process it is actually, it's an automatic process, it's a manual process. It's an automatic process because here, what happens here is that when you are actually talking about economic growth, most of the people here are employed. You don't have to provide them any kind of job. You don't have to pull them out of the situation of poverty. You don't have to actually guide them what is right and what is wrong, in order to show them what is the way of corruption, how you should come out of this corruption. They know everything about it, and their country is actually focusing on it in order to make their economy better and better. So that's the reason why automatic, in a sense, every year they actually take into consideration of production of goods, how much they are actually producing it, and how much the amount of income they are actually getting it. It's a quite a routine kind of thing which makes it automatic. Are you getting the point? So automatic is nothing but a thing which is being done on a repeated basis. When you talk about the manual things, and also one more thing, automatic, in a sense, they also go for capital intensive techniques, because of which the automatic word has been used here. Because in India, you don't go for automatic things in everything. In India, you also have to think about the labor perspective. That's the reason why automatic or the machines have not been used in most of the departments here. When you talk about here, it's manual. Manual because here most of the things have to be dealt by human considerations. It's not only government that has to come in one way, also the people has to come together and join hands in order to go for the target of economic development, so that the national income can also be gathered in good amount, and also the other areas can also be equally developed by focusing on it. Now, coming to the next point, how it is measured. Now, when you see the measurement of economic development, it actually measured on the basis of upward movement in national income. As simple as that. As we have already covered the meaning of economic development, the more amount of national income a country gathers, the more amount of development or a growth it is actually onto. So, in order to study the concept of economic growth, if the national income is increasing more and more, then you can say that there is an increase or upward movement into it, and that's how you actually measure the economic growth. So, more number of national output you actually produce it, more amount of economic growth can be achieved. So mainly when you actually see the developed countries like America, if you actually see like Russia, if you see Germany, if you see France, all these countries, they are actually focusing on producing the goods rather than focusing on any other area. And that's the reason why they are actually into the criteria, or they are actually into the arena of economic growth. And also when you see their sector contributions, if you actually see, you will come across with a percentage in industrial sector more, because they actually focus more on industries, because it has dual advantages. One advantage is that they can benefit, they can become popular by opening an industry. They have their individual goodwill, they will have their individual fame. That's one side of the advantage. The other side of advantage what they have is that they will be able to provide employment to all the citizens of their nation. So indirectly they are actually focusing on both the things. They are focusing on improvement of themselves, the financial conditions or per capita income of themselves, and also focusing on the people who are actually have to be uplifted in the community. So that's the advantage they actually carry. Now when you talk about upward movement in real national income, now when you talk about real national income, It's a concept which is actually related to national income, but when you actually come to real national income, it actually means how much money an individual company or individual country is making after accounting for inflation. After accounting for inflation, that means after dealing with the inflation situation, how much money an individual person is actually making it, or an individual entity, company, or an individual nation is actually making it. That is what is considered as real national output. Or in other way, you can also refer the concept with the name as national income at constant prices. You can also say it in the other way. So that's how the concept of economic development is measured here. And the next point, when you actually see when it arises in a certain period of time. Now, economic growth concept, it arises in a certain period of time. And when you actually talk about economic development concept, it actually goes on with a continuous process. The reason behind that, it is only at a certain period of time. We have already seen it in the meaning of economic growth. It says that a total amount of national output that is produced within a year time, or within a given time, you can say it. So that gives you understanding that it actually goes with a certain period of time. It doesn't take long enough of time. Now, when you talk about the economic development concept, it actually a continuous process, since it actually focus on all the things, including national income and also the development of the people in the form of social, in the form of economic, and also the institutional platforms. So this is a continuous process. This has to be a continuous process, because all those things which economic development concept actually aims for cannot be achieved within a duration of 1 year, or cannot be achieved with a duration of 6 months around and all. So it has to be a continuous process. So that's it. That is the explanation of economic growth and economic development. Hope the concept is pretty much clear to you all. So we will meet in the next video with yet another topic of same unit number 1 of Telangana Board of Intermediate Education syllabus. Thank you once again. Thank you for watching this explanation.